So in this video, we'll tackle the application layer in Chapter 10. We have the Chapter 10 entitled the application layer. Applications such as a web browsers, online gaming, chatting with and emailing friends enable us to send and receive data with relative ease. So in application, we have web browsers, then online gaming, and etc. Typically, we can access and use this application without knowing how they work. However, for network professional, it is important to know how an application is able to format, transmit, and interpret messages that are sent and received across the network. Visualizing the mechanisms that enable communication across the network, it is made easier if we use the layered framework of the OSI model. So, in this chapter, application layer, we will explore the role of application layer and how the application, services, and protocols within the application layer make robust communication across the data networks possible. For the application layer, it is closest to the end user. It provides the interface between the application used to communicate and the underlying network over which messages are transmitted. Application layer protocols are used to exchange data between programs running on the source and destination host. The upper three layers of the OSI model, we have the application, the next one is the presentation, then the last one is the session. So it will define functions of the single TCP or the IP application layer. There are many application layer protocols and new protocols are always being developed. Some of the most widely known application layer protocols include Hypertext Transfer Protocol or the HTTP. Next is the File Transfer Protocol or the FTP. Next is the Trivial File Transfer Protocol or the TFTP. Internet Message Access Protocol or the IMAP. Then the Domain Name System or the DNS Protocol. In presentation and session layer, a presentation layer has three primary functions. First one, formatting or presenting data at the source device into a compatible form for receipt by the destination device. The next, compressing data in a way that it can be decompressed by the destination device. Then, encrypting data for transmission and decrypting data upon receipt. So the presentation layer formats data for the application layer, and it sets standards for file formats, and some well-known standards for video include QuickTime and Motion Picture Expert Group or the MPEG. Then some well-known graphic image formats that are used on network are graphic interchange format or the GIF, Joint Photographic Experts Group or the JPEG, and Portable Network Graphics or the PNG format. In the lesson, we have the session layer and its function. The session layer create and maintain dialogues between source and destination application. The session layer handles the exchange of information to initiate dialogues, then keep them active, and to restart sessions that are disrupted or idle for a long period of time. So, in application layer, we have a different example of application layer. It is closest to end users because one example of the application layer is the web browser and the online gaming. Then for the OSI model, we have three: the session, the application, then the presentation, and we have different example of application, which is the FTP, HTTP, FTP, IMAP, and DNS. And now we're done discussing the topic in chapter 10, which is the application layer.